Hello children. So the next topic of the chapter acid, bases, salts is salts. Next topic is salt. First of all, what is a salt? A salt is a compound which is formed by partial or total replacement of ionizable hydrogen atom of an acid by metallic ion or ammonium ion. So what is a salt? Salt is a compound which is formed by partial or total replacement of ionizable hydrogen atom of an acid by metallic ion or ammonium ion. Let me explain this with an example. Suppose H2SO4 plus NaOH, and salt formed is as one of the hydrogen from here that is replaced by metallic ion NaHSO4 plus water. This is partial replacement. So salt is a compound which is formed by partial or total replacement. Here I have shown you partial replacement, and as two hydrogen are there in the acid, but one hydrogen is replaced by metallic ion, that is sodium ion, and the salt formed is NaHSO4 plus water. See the another equation, Na2SO4 plus water. So here it is total replacement. Now understand the definition. A salt is a compound which is formed by partial or total replacement of ionizable hydrogen atom of an acid by metallic ion or ammonium ion. See here, base plus acid. Here one of the hydrogen is replaced by sodium ion and the salt formed is sodium hydrogen sulfate plus water. Here the one of the hydrogen is still there in the salt, so this is partial replacement. H2SO4 plus NaOH, and both the hydrogen are replaced by sodium ion, so it is total replacement, and the salt formed is sodium sulfate plus water. Definition is clear. Salt is a compound formed by partial or total replacement of ionizable hydrogen atom of an acid by metallic ion or ammonium ion. Second definition, or salt is an ionic compound which dissociates in water to form a positive ion other than hydrogen ion and a negative ion other than hydroxyl ion. So second definition, salt is an ionic compound. Ionic compound are those which are formed by the transference of electrons. Salt is an ionic compound which dissociates in water to form a positive ion other than hydrogen ion and a negative ion other than hydroxyl ion. How? Here, see the equation NaCl. When it is dissolved in water, it gives Na positive plus Cl negative. So according to this, a salt is an ionic compound which dissociates in water to form a positive ion other than hydrogen ion and negative ion other than hydroxyl ion. So this is the second definition for the salt, and third one is salt is a chemical compound formed by neutralizing an acid with a base. By neutralization of an acid with a base. So salt, acid plus base gives salt plus water. Acid, that can be HCl, plus base, that can be NaOH, and that gives salt, that is NaCl plus water. So this is very simple. This you must have done in your junior classes. Salt is a chemical compound formed by neutralizing an acid with a base. So what is salt? That is clear to you. Now classification of salts. Classification of salts. So salts can be classified into 6 categories. 6 types of salts are there. First type, that is normal salt. Normal salt. It is formed by total replacement of ionizable hydrogen atom of an acid by metallic ion or ammonium ion. So normal salt, that is formed by total replacement. I gave you the example, that's H2SO4 plus NaOH. That Na2SO4 plus water. This is total replacement of ionizable hydrogen atom of an acid by metallic ion. So this salt is normal salt. Another example can be HCl plus NaOH gives NaCl plus water. So this salt is also a normal salt. Here the total replacement of hydrogen is there. Salt formed by total replacement of ionizable hydrogen atom of an acid by metallic ion or ammonium ion. Second type of salt, that is acid salt. Acid salt. Acid salt which is formed by partial replacement. Formed by partial replacement of ionizable hydrogen atom of a polybasic acid by metallic ion or ammonium ion. So what is acid salt? Formed by partial replacement of ionizable hydrogen atom of a polybasic acid. Polybasic acid which is having basicity more than 1. So here H2SO4 plus NaOH gives NaHSO4 plus water. So here it is partial replacement, only one of the hydrogen is replaced, other is still there in the salt. So this salt, this is sodium hydrogen sulfate, this is acid salt. Another example, H3PO4 plus, these are polybasic acids because this is having basicity 2 and this is having basicity 3, plus NaOH gives NaH2PO4 plus water. And this salt, this is having 2 hydrogen there into it, only one is replaced. This is called sodium dihydrogen phosphate. Sodium dihydrogen phosphate. Because hydrogen is still there in the salt, so this is acid salt. Another acid salt can be prepared, H3PO4 plus NaOH, Na2HPO4 plus water. So this Na2HPO4, this is disodium hydrogen phosphate. Still hydrogen is there in the salt, so this is acid salt. So acid salt is formed by partial replacement of ionizable hydrogen atom of a polybasic acid. Next type, third type, that is basic salt. Third type of salt, that is basic salt, is formed by partial replacement of hydroxyl group that is OH group of diacidic or triacidic base with acid radical. So basic salt that is formed by partial replacement of hydroxyl group of diacidic or triacidic base with acid radical, like PbOH twice. This is diacidic base plus HCl. Salt given is PbOHCl plus water, and this salt is basic salt as one of the hydroxyl group is still there in the salt, and this salt is called basic lead chloride. Basic lead chloride. Same way, MgOH twice plus HCl gives MgOHCl plus water. So this salt is basic, as OH group is still there in the salt, so this is basic magnesium chloride. Basic magnesium chloride. This is third type of salt. Fourth salt, that is fourth type of salt, that is double salt. Double salt, salt formed by union of two simple salts dissolved in water and crystalline and crystallize. So how double salt is formed? Salt formed by union of two simple salts. Two simple salts, they are separately dissolved in water and then mix the two solutions and then form the crystals of those salt, that is the double salt. For example, that is potash alum. Potash alum. What is potash alum? That is fitkery. Fitkery. And formula is potassium sulfate, aluminium sulfate, dot 24 H2O. So this is formed by union of two simple salts. One is potassium sulfate, other is aluminium sulfate. Both are separately dissolved into water, then their solutions are mixed and then the crystals are formed, that is double salt. Another example can be Mohr salt. Second example is Mohr salt, and Mohr salt is ferrous sulfate, ammonium sulfate, and 6H2O. This is Mohr salt, ferrous sulfate, ammonium sulfate and 6H2O, and third can be dolomite. Dolomite is calcium carbonate dot magnesium carbonate. This is dolomite. So these three are the examples of double salt. Double salt is formed by the union of two simple salts dissolved in water and then on crystallization. Fifth type of salt, that is mixed salt. Mixed salt. What is mixed salt? Salt having two acid radicals or two or more. Salt having two or more acid radicals or 2 or more basic radicals. For example, that is NaKCO3, sodium potassium carbonate. This is having 2 basic radicals, sodium and potassium. So this is mixed salt, sodium potassium carbonate. Sodium potassium carbonate. And another example can be CaOCl2. This is bleaching powder, or this is called calcium oxychloride. Calcium oxychloride. This is chemical name, and this is having 2 acid radical. One is oxide, other is chloride. So this is having 2 acid radical, salt formed by having 2 acid radical or 2 basic radical. They are called mixed salt. So these can be the examples. Next is complex salt. 6th type of salt, that is complex salt. Now what is complex salt? Complex salt is which on dissociation give one simple ion and one complex ion. One simple ion and one complex ion. For example, tetraamine, copper 2 sulfate, Cu NH3 4 SO4. So this is the complex ion. Here the positive part is complex and the negative part is simple ion. This is complex ion and this is simple ion. So salt which on dissociation, when it is dissolved in water, it gives one complex ion and one simple ion. It is not necessary that the negative part is the simple ion. Sometimes the negative part can also be complex. For example, sodium argento cyanide, NaAgCN twice. So here this part is the simple, this is simple ion and this is complex ion. So what is complex salt? Which on dissociation gives one simple ion and one complex ion. One part is simple and other part is complex. Here the simple ion is the negative ion and the complex ion is the positive ion. And in another example, sodium argento cyanide, NaAgCN twice. Here the AgCN twice, that is the complex ion, and simple ion is sodium ion. So these are the 6 types of salts with example. Next we'll do next time. Thank you.